class, in this little video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the MyLab and Mastering homework assignments. If you have not signed in to MyLab and Mastering, you're really behind, so I encourage you to get going on it. Go to the pages and you can see that there's a help video on signing into MyLab and Mastering. But we're going to assume that you've all signed in, you're good to go. If you go to the MyLab and Mastering link and you click on the Mastering assignments, your assignments are going to come up. And these are their textbook assignments that are due in each of the modules. And the due date is listed there. On the 9th, the textbook chapter 2 is due. On the 3rd, or the 3rd chapter is due on the 16th, and the module closes on the 16th of September. But notice the due date, or the until date, is the 15th. Our class actually ends on December 9th. I have to have it open a week so that I can go in and grade and make sure that everything was completed and the grade books match, etc. So I have to keep it open longer than what it actually is for the class. Your class will end on December 9th. But it says it that way so that it tells you that you can go in and you can actually do the assignments and up until that point. So if God forbid you do miss one of these textbook assignments, which I really don't recommend that you do, but if you do, then you can go ahead and still complete it with deduction. Sometimes students will say, how come I got all of the homework in and I completed it, I still didn't get a perfect score? If you guessed, it's not like some other classes that set it up as that are perhaps all you have to do is do the work and you get 100 points or 100%. That's not how this is. If I do this, if I'm just dragging and etc., and I don't get it right, I could lose points. So for example, all I would have to do in here, nutrients contain carbon and hydrogen. I would look up in the book, if you don't know it, that it's organic. I would look up in the book and I would find it. This is designed so that you take your time and you really look at the pages in the book and learn the information. If you do that, then you're going to, number one, you're going to walk out of the class with a whole lot better knowledge than just guessing to get the work done. Number two, you're going to be much more prepared for the quiz. So you would do that, and then you would submit it, and that's what you would do. And then you would go on to number two, where you would build a sandwich, drag appropriate items. It talks about tuna. Where does tuna fit into? Is it a protein? Is it a fat? Is it carbohydrate? Skinless chicken breast, what is that, etc. So that is the textbook assignments. Now, a little bit more about these textbook assignments is I have it set up to where they automatically sync into, you should see them in your Pearson gradebook. So if you go into your gradebook as soon as you get done, you should see it. If you stop, and I think I know I sent a message out on this, if you stop the assignments, let's say you run out of time, you got interrupted, you're not done, if you stop the assignments, it's going to record however many points that you got at that time. But when you go back in, let's say you stopped at question 3, it's going to take you to question 3, and then you can complete them, and then it will automatically update your points as you've earned them. So don't worry if you see a 2 in I only got 2 points for a chapter, it will automatically update the score. So that's a little bit about my lab and mastering assignments. One more thing though, I talked about this under the assignment help video, but I want to share it here too. First of all, if you have your assignments, if you have your assignments all in a row, you would, if I'm signed in under a student, let me do that real quick, so you could see what I'm talking about. If I go to my assignment link and my assignments are all in a row, like this, there we go. No, show by date, type, show by, yeah, if my assignments are all in a row like this, right? It can be overwhelming. It's like, what is due, when is it due, etc. So I always like it by type because then it definitely and divides it into gradebook assignments, your Pearson textbook assignments, and then the rest of your assignments. If you click on this and there's nothing there, there's not supposed to be anything there, because this is for gradebook marking only. We just learned that you go back into the assignments by choosing the My Lab and Mastering link, not the assignment link for these textbook assignments. In fact, I put it above here. These are gradebook markers only. However, if you have the wrong one chosen and you got it by date, this thing goes away and you can't see it. But that's what I wanted to share with you on textbook assignments. So I hope you have a good day. Usually the Labor Day holiday or any holiday is a day where we notoriously overeat. I want to share with you that your stomach is the size of your fist. I want to challenge you to put in your stomach on your plate foods that are the size of your fist. So think about what you eat at Thanksgiving. Do you eat the plate full of food the size of your fist, or is it much more than that? I challenge that it's probably much more than that, and that is the reason we're so discomforting after we eat. Our belts have to undo, we have to go lay down, we get tired, etc., because we've overloaded that stomach. The stomach is a muscle, it does stretch, and that's what happens when we overeat. So for Labor Day, I'm recording this the day before Labor Day, so I challenge you to don't overeat. Eat only a plateful of food the size of your fist, and that if you want some more, you can go back and make that determination. But that's all I have to say about that, and I hope you have a great holiday. Thanks. Bye.